Hello.
Hi there.
Hello, my name is Frankan.
My name is Megan.
And this is
The Fold.
Yeah.
The Fold podcast.
Welcome to the Food Podcast. The Food.
Wow. I can't believe we're here right now.
Okay, so what are we doing? What is the food?
Okay, yeah, so we're just going straight right into it.
Yeah.
I like that, Franca.
I do.
All right.
In simple terms, the food. Okay, so the Food Podcast is a podcast where two women, myself and Mega, we're going to be chatting openly about reproductive health generally, women's reproductive health. We're going to be making you understand things that happen in your body. We're going to be using simple analogies that you can relate to.
Yeah.
We're going to be breaking it in a simple way, and we hope you enjoy this.
Yeah, so basically,
And you learn, most importantly, from this. Yeah.
so
Next.
it's just an inspiration that came to us because we believe that these conversations about women health should be held, in an open manner. We shouldn't be
Exactly.
so hush hush about women's health, about women's reproductive health. Women are like more than half the population, and at every single stage of a woman's life, there are various, activities that go on, various things
lot.
that happen in your body. Like it's just the whole entity. It's like everything that encompasses your health and your reproductive life as a woman. And the fact that it's so important and it's so essential, you would think that this conversation should be going on like all the time. A lot
No.
more research should have like be, going into
Women's
making sure into women's health and making sure that
But no.
but it doesn't happen. Like a lot of women are left to navigate these things on their own.
Yeah, and then there's so many informations online, so many things to sift through.
so many. Google
like
School of Medicine.
Google School of Medicine, A1. So yeah, that's why there is the food. We are going to help you sift through those information, and then we're going to make you understand it. Like, help
Exactly.
you to understand it.
Talking
And
about,
yeah,
like-
our background. So we're not just people that go online and read things and then come to tell you. I'm a nurse. Mega's a nurse as well. Right? Are you?
I think so.
Yeah, nurse midwife in the
Yeah.
UK and in Nigeria. Yeah,
Yeah. So being a nurse midwife has really, opened my eyes to a lot of things that women go through. I've nursed women, from various aspects of their lives, right up from, young girls who are just, experiencing gynecology issues. I remember a particular patient of mine I met in an oncology clinic. She was a 13 or was it 14-year-old girl that had ovarian cancer. It was so heartbreaking, So this just shows you that women go through these things from as young as you can think of and up until like literally the end of their lives. And
Exactly.
I've had the opportunity to, nurse women all through these processes and even in more, intricate moments like giving birth, meeting babies, and some not so palatable moments like women that go through stillbirths. And so there's a lot that, women go through in the course of their lives. And I feel like everyone needs that opportunity to have open conversations about these things and just talk about it, how it affects you, how it affects other women,
Everyone.
how we can come together to support each other. So that's basically what the food is about and what we're going to be doing on here.
Thank you for coming along with us.
Also, a big thank you to everyone that filled out survey.
Oh my God, thank you so
We
much.
thought of putting out a survey before the pilot episode,
Yeah.
which is this episode, because when you have an idea and something that you want to do, there's always this imposter syndrome. There's always this doubt.
Exactly, like
Do we really need to
do we
do
really need
this?
to do this? But then seeing the responses, like I'm so grateful for the things I read there.
So many.
Thank you so much for it. Just for that fills my passion for
Exactly.
this.
The passion I've always had,
but then
seeing
see many
relevant-
people, and then people were like, "Oh, I can't wait for you to start the podcast." And even though it was an anonymous, it was an anonymous survey.
Survey.
Some of you went along to put your name and say, "This is me. I said this. I really can't wait for you to start the podcast." And I'm just so grateful. Thank you so much.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. And for the topic ideas as well.
Yeah.
Amazing. Even if we scribbled out some of these things that we plan to discuss on this podcast, because trust me, we're starting from the basics.
From the basics.
We're going from the scratch and we're going up until and the beautiful part of it is that even if we continue this podcast for the next 20 years, topics cannot be
It
exhausted.
can, it can't, it
There's
cannot, it
so
cannot, it
so so
cannot, it
so
cannot.
so
There's
much
a
to
lot
talk
going on in your
about.
puberty
So
years,
much.
menopausal. There's a lot. There's fertility. There's
Yes, so
pregnancy.
much.
There's postpartum. There's before the pregnancy. There's the TTC, trying to
Trying to
conceive.
conceive so
There's just
much.
young girls just don't, they don't understand what's going on in their body. So we are going to be explaining, breaking all of these down, and yeah,
Yeah. And
we're
even
going to
if
be
you feel like we're
exactly
talking about a particular topic,
that
maybe you
doesn't
feel
relate to
that
you.
doesn't quote and unquote relate to you, it doesn't mean that, it's not important for you because, like I said, there are different phases. You might be talking about fertility and you'll be like, oh, I'm not ready to have a child. It just might be useful for you, the information.
And
And then,
someone you might even know someone that is useful for.
yeah.
So just tag
And,
along.
unfortunately, most of our listeners, I'm sure, will probably be like in Nigeria. And, back home, there's so much limiting women when it comes to like access to healthcare. So one of the
Yeah.
things we're going to
I
do
feel
on
like
this
most of our
podcast,
listeners will be black women
exactly,
here.
black women, and oh my god, it literally doubles the risk. To be a black woman, there's so much associated with reproductive health risk with becoming a black woman. We'll go into nuances and research and the rest of them later. But the point here is when it comes to these issues with reproductive health, we need to be in it together. We need to be able to support one another
Exactly.
because
I
not
know someone
everybody,
that knows.
one of the replies we got in the survey was someone has a reproductive health issue, but she couldn't go ahead to get treatment because of money.
Money, and that was just so
So
heartbreaking.
heartbreaking.
And then that's why the fold doesn't just stop at podcast. We see envisioning into something bigger.
Bigger.
We see ourselves partnering with initiative that women centered as well,
Yeah.
and to fundraising to be
Yeah.
able to raise funds for people that are going through this, or even maybe discounts or something.
Fostering better communities,
Yeah, so the
basically.
community is key. Like,
Very key.
yeah, we plan the food is going to be
We
a
want a
big,
situation where, people in different locations, women in different locations
exactly.
can come together under the
And
umbrella
I
of the
say,
fold.
the
The
fold.
fold.
I
Like,
actually like the name.
yeah.
Thank you, Lord, for that name.
We
Yeah,
just come
so
together under the umbrella of the fold and help one another.
exactly.
We plan to get to a point where we probably have like an online application where,
We'll get
like a
there.
social media networking site for women where people just log on, connect with other women. You
Exactly.
put out a topic, and then other women in your locality who have been through this, who can help you, who can give information, and
Yeah.
also have
Creating
a
a safe
lot
space,
lots
that
of
safe space, that
resources. Yeah,
warmth, a
that
place where you can
warmth.
share your ideas without feeling, oh, am I am I supposed to share?
Yeah.
Like where you can feel
If
comfortable
you want to be
opening up.
anonymous,
If you want to
fine.
be anonymous, that's
But if you
cool.
feel like, oh, you don't mind coming out, because at the end of the day, we need to,
We need to talk about
we
these
need to
things.
break the stigma that comes with
Yeah.
women
And
health.
surprisingly, during the survey, I think there was a question on the survey that says, do you think people talk openly about periods?
Yeah.
And then, or should people speak openly about periods? And then, surprisingly,
Some
quite a
people,
number of people said
no,
no.
it should be.
Like we should just keep silence.
And then
And
this is a
I no, I
physiological
disagree. I
process. Me
disagree because it's a
too.
normal physiological process that goes on in our
That
body.
goes on in a lot of women's
And then
bodies.
the ush system, that's what has caused a lot of gaps,
Yeah.
like knowledge gaps. Many people don't know
People are
many things
suffering
about their body,
and
and people are suffering
dying
and
in
dying. So I
silence.
really think no, which I really think we should talk about things like
We
this.
need to talk about it.
Yeah, and just normalize it. It's not like a separate thing. Oh, it's your body, keep quiet. No, we need to talk about it, and
We
that's
need
why
to
yeah,
break the silence.
we need to break the
We
silence.
need these cricket sounds that are always making, this
Like
when women's
yeah,
health are being
and
spoken
the thing is,
about.
have you heard stories of people like I think that, I know there are so many out there, stories of people where um they didn't know anything, they kept quiet, and then
You know,
things just
speaking
evolved into something worse,
terrible.
complications.
Speaking of stories, Franca, I was checking, on online on platforms where women share stories, especially relating to their health and reproductive health generally. And I saw a very, very touching story. And
Okay.
I just feel like we could just read it on air, just to help people kind of understand or
I
see.
have one as well. I have
Okay.
one as well. Which story is that?
I think I'll just read it, so we can just talk about it and see how we can just, let's just look into it. All right, so here's the story. It says, this is a real story from a woman. It says, I've always had been the kind of woman who pushes through headaches, tiredness, even pain. I just get right on
Resilience.
it. Yeah. So when the cramps started in my early 20s, I didn't think much of it. It was just my period, right? And the periods were supposed to be painful. That's what I've always heard. But month after month, the pain got worse. Not the kind you take paracetamol for and move on. This was pain that would literally knock me off my feet. I would find myself curled up on the bathroom floor, drenched in tears,
God.
sweat, and shaking. Sometimes even throwing up. I would have to miss work, cancel plans, and just suffer in silence. I tried to talk about it a few times
Yes.
with family and friends and even a doctor once, but the response was always the same. It's your body, it will adjust with
You're a
time.
woman. It's
You're
your
a
hormone.
woman, it's your hormones. Maybe you just have a low pain threshold. Once you give birth, it will stop.
See, that, okay, go ahead.
Let me pause. The day I find the person that ever said you stop having menstrual cramps when you give birth, we're going to have a serious conversation. Like, I'm literally going to look you dead in the eyes and ask you, why are you wicked? Like, why are you spreading misinformation? And then I feel like this thing should not even hold water because people have given birth, realized that the period cramps did not stop, and nobody ever came back to tell us until we went there. You know what? I think I'm getting too personal. Let me just,
The Amaka story.
Franca, calm me down. Tell me to calm down. I need you to
Gin in
calm me
water.
down.
Calm down, my
Yes.
lord. Go ahead.
Thank you. All right, as I was saying, the Amaka story. So I started to believe it. I convinced myself that maybe I was just being dramatic. That was part of being a woman, right? But deep down, I knew something wasn't right. It wasn't until a friend casually mentioned endometriosis in a group chat that my curiosity peaked. I went down a rabbit hole reading story after story from women describing symptoms just like mine: painful periods, heavy bleeding, back pain, fatigue, struggling to concentrate. All these things I had silently dealt with for years. I
Endometriosis.
was shocked and angry. Why has no one ever told me about this before? Why had any of the doctors I saw never mentioned that it could be something more than just period pains? Eventually, after I got through a lot of back and forth with many doctors and gynecologists, I was diagnosed with endometriosis. And while getting a diagnosis brought a bit of relief, it came with so much grief for the years that I had struggled, thinking I was weak, for all the times I was forced to smile through the pain, for how long it took to be heard. This is why I believe so strongly in fostering communication and open communication about women's health. Because if I had known earlier, if I had been taught about my body properly, if someone had shared even one story that mirrored mine, I wouldn't have suffered for so long in silence. Amazing.
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 More like
Amazing.
terrible.
I'm amazed, not amazing, good, amazing. It's like, I'm amazed.
This is so sad. It's so heartbreaking. And that is why there is the food.
And why it's so heartbreaking is the fact that this is the story of thousands of women. Like,
Women, and in the survey I said, how many times have you had symptoms, and then it has just been dismissed as it's your hormone, and almost everybody, 88.6% people said yes, that their symptoms have been
we're
dismissed
not
as it's just
saying
your hormones.
we're not saying that normal physiological processes
Process, yeah,
in
we're not saying,
women
yeah,
cannot be a bit, here and there where people get
exactly,
affected.
fluctuations in your hormones and everything.
And we're
No.
going to go into all that when we
Yes,
talk
in
about
details when we talk about hormones,
topics relating to hormones and
we
the
are going
rest
to
of
do
them.
that, but
But we need to know,
where do we draw the
line.
line? What is just as a result of the normal physiological process that goes on through your
Yes.
body, and what is complication? Like,
And
when is it?
another
When
thing,
should you run? When should you do something? When should you do something? What is normal? What is your
what is
normal?
your and
What is your normal, and when is it getting abnormal?
psychologists have always talked about how most women, a lot of women actually always have this gut feeling. Like, there's always this sixth
That
sense,
something is wrong.
evolutionary. most women know when something is wrong with their bodies.
But then,
You just know. You might have period pains that you've had, but when there's a shift, when something changes, when it's not your normal symptoms, when this is just not right, most women know. But
but
when you
then
go and seek help, you go to the professionals that are supposed to
they're
help
supposed to
you.
help you, and
You
then
go
they
to
tell
your
you power
community.
through it.
The thing is, a lot of women don't even get to the professionals. Some people are dismissed right from the community,
Their
right
society,
from
their
their
friends,
mothers,
their
their
mothers.
friends,
Oh, I
their
went through this,
sisters.
that did this, and the one that pisses me off the most
Sometimes
is
it's like
the
a
one that pisses me off the
competition.
most is the one where they say our mothers went through this. Our mothers didn't complain about all of
Did
this.
he
Why
make
is
it
this?
right?
God bless you. What did they know?
Did he make it right?
What someone said? Our moms are just girls as well. What
They are
do
just
they
girls.
know?
A lot of them suffer through,
So far, do you know I was
so
talking? Do
much.
you know I was talking to? I was talking to. I'm putting my mom on the spot here. I was talking to her about menopause. Like, did she go through any symptoms? Like, she said no, she was fine. And then I started telling her the symptoms.
And she was like,
hot
yeah.
flushes. But she said, ah,
Is that menopause?
my mom is Yoruba. So she said, "Mo fẹ́ kú." And you said you didn't go through anything. They just kind of powered through it, through the pain. And but then my body is different from your body.
It's
What you
different.
can go through and handle it fine, I cannot handle
Sometimes
it.
it's even like a competition where you're like, oh, I'm having period cramp. Oh, your own is just like this. If I already won, I would be running on the, I'll be running on the rooftop. I will be
They said, why are you running on the rooftop for period pains?
Me, when I'm on my
I
period,
don't even take
I'll go to
painkillers.
work, I'll go to the gym. I don't even
I chest the pain.
like
No, and I'm just going to say that as black women, I heard it on a forum I went through, and the lady was like, see, as black women, I beg you in the name of anything you believe in, please take painkillers. Don't power through this pain. No, you're not too strong for painkillers. Just please take the
And even
painkillers.
if taking painkillers is a decision you've made, based on your personal preferences, what are the reasons backing you not taking
not taking.
painkillers?
Is it because
Are you trying to act like you are
you're
strong?
strong?
Strength
You don't
has
need it.
nothing to do with suffering. As a woman,
No,
going
no.
through what you go through,
No.
your bodies are already showing how amazing and how strong you are. It takes a lot to physiologically exist as a woman. Like, so
Yeah.
much is going on in your body at the same time. You don't need to go through any extra pain just to feel like you are strong. And it goes a lot more.
It's so
And then we're
much.
just going to discuss, open these things bare in the open. We're just going to
Exactly.
bring it out, rip up the band-aid, talk about these things the way they should be talked about.
Exactly. And I think we're going to start with the basics.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to start with the basics.
Yeah.
From cycle,
Yeah.
explaining how all of these things work. We're going to tell you what's normal, what's not normal, when to go to see a doctor. We are going to talk about these complications, these reproductive health problems. I can see. Let me just read out the topics that some people say they would love to hear about. PCOS just takes the cap, man.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to hear about PCOS, and we're going to talk about PCOS. People want to hear about menstrual cycle, and that's the very first episode.
Yeah.
Your cycle. We're going back to the basics.
So watch out for the cycle episode.
Watch out for the cycle
And
episodes.
it's very important because,
Every other thing just builds up on
it
it.
builds up. Understanding your cycles, the hormones that are responsible for different aspects of your cycles.
Exactly.
How to track your cycles. Just understanding this cycle we're talking about. How does
And then
it
you'll be able to
work?
plan your life around it.
Exactly.
Knowledge
There are
is
very
power, yeah.
interesting things about your cycles and how it affects you. It just gives you closure. When you understand the fact, a lot of people see women as hysterical. A lot of men even make jokes. A lot of women even make jokes about it. On
Women.
how women can, we change, mood swings, a lot of things. And these things are very physiological things. Are things that happen as a result of different aspects of our cycles. But when you are armed with the knowledge and you know exactly what is going on in your body, it gives you this sense of control. It gives you this sense of peace.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know when to do this. You know when to do this. Oh, I'm going to be feeling low very soon, and
So when
I know
you feel
what
low,
to
you
do.
don't blame yourself and
Don't
say,
blame
"Oh,
yourself
why
and
am
say,
I?"
"Oh."
You understand. You get the drift, and then if there are little things you can put in place to try to mitigate it or help
Exactly.
yourself, you can put it in place. It just gives you it's empowering.
Even if it's just to trick your body to be like, oh no, I'm not going through this. Even if, like, for you to do things to trick your body, like when you know, okay, I'm going to be so stressed at this point, you can trick your body into feeling like, oh no, I'm not stressed at this point. I don't know if you get it, but we are going to explain that better,
Yeah.
and that's why we want you to come along. And I see the other topics as well. I can't mention, but yeah, we are going to be talking about all of this.
So many topics.
The
And
list
like I
is
said, 20 years, we're dropping episodes every week. Even when we're done with the, theoretical aspect of things, we're going to be doing a lot of, sharing of stories. We want a situation
yeah,
where
we're
our
going to bring in
community,
experts as well. Yeah, I won't say that.
experts,
Yeah, because we're going
different
to be talking about
experts,
nutrition. Yeah, nutrition,
how
your
it
pelvic
helps,
health, and yeah, we're going to be seeing
pelvic floor
gynecologists
exercises.
here.
We're going to have gynaes come up, endocrinologists,
Yeah,
mental health
exactly.
experts. Trust me, it's going to be an amazing journey with the food. It's just going
Thank
to be a
you.
place where you just come, enjoy yourself, learn, arm yourself with knowledge. When you
Yeah,
talk to people out there about your body, when you are armed with this knowledge, something about having, knowledge at your fingertips is that it can't be used against you. When
exactly.
someone makes a silly comment online,
Oh, you're just
you just
ignorant.
ignore because you're just
You're
ignorant.
ignorant.
You
That's
just feel
why.
bad for them. You're
Like,
like,
I pity the
oh,
women in your
I
lives.
do. And then if you try to be nice to them, you can just send them over to the
Send them to the
fold. We are here
fold. Like, come and be a
to
part of the
teach
fold, so
ignorant
you will
people.
learn. You
Yeah,
will
and
learn. You'll be
give them the
knowledgeable
knowledge
about
that they
women's
need so that
body.
they don't see women's body as something they can just talk about. And we're going to be having the difficult conversations as well. We're going to be going into things as
Contraception, because I can see that as well.
Yes, a lot of people,
Contraceptions and all of that. I saw
contraceptions, your
one vaginal
well-being,
health. Yes, we're going to be talking about that.
everything.
Sex after pregnancy. I could see that as well.
And
Premenopausal syndrome.
we want a
Everything.
situation where women of all ages,
Yes.
so young girls, we try as much as possible to come down to,
Your
levels
level.
of like, people that are really younger.
Exactly.
And just, so it's something everybody can benefit from.
Next.
And everybody can have that, that knowledge and that feel.
Yeah, we're going to be
So,
busting myths as well. I feel like
yeah,
a lot of people have so many things they have to say.
so
So many
many
things they've
things.
heard are just lies. Like, oh, when you give birth, you stop
You
feeling
stop
menstrual
feeling,
cramps.
somebody
I don't
told
know
me
who said
something
that
and I
one.
was so
I don't know who
heartbroken.
said
Oh
that one.
Lord.
I don't know where that came
I
from,
need to,
but that's a
no,
lie.
I need to drop this one.
Or when you have an
Oh my
abortion,
God.
you don't feel pains anymore. I heard that. Really?
Someone said something, a mom, she was complaining to me how, when I just gave birth to my baby and I was still at home for a while. And then she was like, oh, you're so lucky. In my own time, I had to go to work like much earlier after having a baby. And then I couldn't breastfeed my baby anymore because my kind of work, I had to do night duty. So when I go for night duty and I come back the next morning, the women around her, I think her mother-in-law and some other people, did not allow her to breastfeed her child because they said the breast milk that had stayed overnight was now sour, like
Hey.
it had gone bad.
Hey.
And then she had to pump the breast milk, dump it
Hey.
while her baby was there needing breast milk. I was in awe. I was like, that. She was like, they said, I'm like, your breast milk in your breast cannot go sour. It can't. Like it, oh my God. When I heard it, I was so heartbroken. I didn't even, and she believed it up until the point where we had that conversation. She was so sure. And I said, no, no, no. In my mind, I was like, no, 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 that's not true. It doesn't happen that way. I met someone else who had got pregnant a few months after her baby was born, still on breastfeeding. She got pregnant a few months after her baby was born, about 5, 6 months after her baby was born. And she was told by all the women in the community to stop breastfeeding her infant child because she had gotten pregnant and that breast milk from her body, because she was pregnant with another child, was going to harm this child and make them sick. How? Like, who comes up with these things? Sometimes I'm like,
Yeah, that's why older women as well need to also like.
please send this to your mothers,
Please
your
let them.
grandmothers,
Oh my
your
God.
mothers-in-law, because we need to have conversations. So, why are these dangerous myths about women's health? Why do we allow them to fly so much? These things are not true. They're not backed up by research.
No,
they're not true. They're just
no,
blatant
no,
lies.
and that's why we're going to be doing a lot of putting
Myth busting,
myth busting, and we're going to
or
be
busting all these myths.
all this nonsense myth. We're going to put in links to all these
Yeah,
resources, so you
resources.
can also check for yourself, because we don't want to be a platform where we just formulate things in our head and
Yeah.
just come and say. So it's going to be
We want
evidence
to
based.
encourage
Yeah,
you to go deeper,
go
delve
deeper.
deeper into these things.
And also, we're
Read
going to teach you
articles,
how to use
engines,
search engines to
AIs.
find information
To
for
find the
yourself.
right
Write
information, how to
information
sift
for
through this
yourself. So
information and know, how to navigate and know that this is
no,
what is right
no.
for you.
When you walk into the doctor's office, knowing your symptoms and
how
you have
to
how to
present it to
present
them.
it. No one is going to gaslight you and say, "Oh, it's your hormone, it's your
No.
body." No, you're going to go into that office with your
armed
information, your armed knowledge. You're going to
Yeah.
tell them, "No, this is
This
what
is
I
exactly
know.
what
This
I'm
and this and
feeling,
this and this
and
and no.
this is how
Let's
I
talk
want to be
about it."
treated. Yeah.
And the confidence is just going to we're going to do some confidence building.
Confidence. Like
Confidence
when you
building.
when people go into like probably like to see a doctor, like you said, gynecologist or whoever, they are the experts. We agree. We're not, fighting with them, and they know best. But you are the owner of your body. And as a woman, like I said, psychologists all over the world always say how there's this sixth sense. There's this thing that just tells you when something is wrong. You go to somebody, you're not feeling heard, you feel like the person is gaslighting you, you seek a second opinion.
Thank
That's
you.
why they're there.
Thank
They are there
you.
to, as healthcare professionals, we're here to serve you. We are here to, you are the customer, you are the one that's seeking the service. So you need to be treated with utmost respect. If you get anything short of respect, you can pick up your things, walk out of that office, and
Yeah,
never go back.
and I think that's why I like the healthcare system here. You can always, okay, I do not like the way the previous person I saw
I need
spoke to
somebody
me.
new.
I want
But
a new
even back home
person.
in Nigeria, these people are not gods.
Yeah, exactly.
You can always, always, always seek a second, third, fourth, fifth opinion until you
Seventh.
find somebody who, values you and is
Yeah,
actually
and we are not
open
building
to.
hypochondriacs here. We are
No.
not saying, oh, imagine symptoms and everything. But let's do the test.
Exactly, and be
Let's
sure.
know. Let's narrow it down. Let's know that there is nothing wrong, and then but don't just dismiss
It
me and
just
say
puts
there
you
is
at
nothing
ease.
there.
Yeah.
No, let's do these things. And I know again, financially, it might
It
not
can
be
be
as
a
easy
problem.
as said.
But like we said earlier, the food,
The
we
food is
look
going
we
to
look at the opportunity where we get to that point where we can pull
pull
sources and
resources,
funds
yeah,
together
to be
and
able to
help
do this,
women.
to help
There's
women.
so much. Another very
Our
like
ultimate why is
yes,
women.
women,
That's our
everything,
ultimate
girls,
why. Everything
women.
is women. Women's health.
Another very passionate thing to when it comes to women's health is a lot of gynecological cancers. The thing about gynecological cancers or gynae related cancers are they are easily preventable. Something like
Cervical
cervical
cancer.
cancer can be prevented with something as small as a vaccine. Something a cancer like breast cancer can be prevented with something as
SPE.
self-breast
Self-breast
examination,
examination,
something you just
SPE.
do randomly in a month,
Randomly.
and then how to notice something, where to seek help. But we're not having these conversations. Some of these things are flying on social media, but who is talking to that market woman in the market?
Yeah.
And then the next thing you hear is they're sick. And then you go there and then you see breast
Even the ones
tissues,
happening on social
gangrenous,
media, it's just like, oh, everyone is just talking about it like, yeah, there and there. No one is telling you how to
hammering it
do
and
this.
telling
No one
you
is
how to
hammering
do
this.
it.
Do this, do this, do this,
We
do
need
this,
to
do
have
this.
we need to
We need to
know.
have a real conversation. We need to break all of these things
We're
down
going to be
into
bringing
simple
models.
bits.
Unfortunately, we're going to try to make this as kid
Practical.
friendly as possible.
Yeah, kid
but
friendly,
we're
yeah.
also going to be very practical.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we can't open our breast and
Yeah, but you're going to have mannequins
we have to
where
just have models,
where we'll teach you
mannequins,
how to do these
where we show
things.
you this is what the vagina looks like, this is how to clean, this is what not to do, this is where.
Oh my god, yeah. Even something as little as perineal hygiene.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to be teaching you. And I think a part that I'm very, very passionate about is TTCs.
Yeah.
Trying to conceive women. I have a fertility nursing experience, and I think that was what just kind of sealed this passion for women's health for me. So yeah, we are going to be talking about assisted reproductive services.
Yeah.
When to go for it. Assisted reproductive services, I mean IVFs, IUI. I'm sure people have heard about it, but people don't know what's happening.
What's going
Egg
on?
freezing.
Oh my god.
Cryopreservation. We're going to be talking about all of these things as well. So surrogacy, and not just assisted reproductive services.
Yeah.
Why are you not conceiving? What's
going
going on?
on?
Is anything
What
wrong
are
with
those
my
little
body?
things?
What are those
Sometimes it's
little
just
things?
little
What should I
things
do?
that you
What
need
are the
to fix.
fertility tests I should do? So yeah, we are going to also be talking about this. So yeah.
So stay
Stay
tuned, guys. As
tuned.
you can see, it's packed.
It's
The fold is folding.
yeah, the fold is folding, and yeah, do
it's
you know
so
right
much,
now as
and
you're
it's packed and
listening,
it's
you're already part
folded.
of the fold.
So we folded the gift and we've arranged.
Do we have a song for welcome to the? No, we don't have it, but we're going to.
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
I'm not great at singing, and neither is Franca. But
What do you mean?
are you?
Yeah.
You have the flow, ma.
No, not today, but don't ever say that I'm great at singing.
You literally have the flow. Like everyone is listening to you.
I just don't want
Serenade
to.
us with your beautiful voice.
I do not want to show myself.
Crickets. I think when we do the edit, we're going to add crickets to this part.
Excuse me, I can sing. I don't know what this one is talking about, but I can sing.
At least I accepted my
beautifully.
flaws.
Yeah, that's it. Don't project your weakness onto me.
Wow. Guys, unfortunately, this is my partner for the food.
Unfortunately, you love me, girl.
unfortunately.
You love me so much.
And you can see what I'm going through.
You love
But
me
these are
so
what we're talking
much.
about.
But yeah,
So guys,
we promise to make this fun. We want it to be a podcast where after a long day, you
just
can tune in and
put your
relax and
earpiece,
learn. Yeah, we want
have
it
fun.
to be something you can recommend to people. Oh, you don't know about this. I think you should listen to this.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep the floor open. Our DMs are going to be open. The Fold Podcast on IG, the Fold Podcast on TikTok. Our email is reachthefold at anything you need.
Any
questions. Yeah, we are going to,
there.
you can put in the comment section. We're going to be there. We're going to be answering all of your questions. And if there's any way you think, oh, we can improve, things we need to talk about, things we're not talking about, you can also say this. That's why we are here. It's a community. Yeah, and we want you to be a part of our community. So thank you so much.
Should we give a snippet about Project Delivher, or should we save it for later?
Oh my god. Okay, let's talk about Project Delivher just a bit. So Project Delivher.
Wow, you beat me to it. No problem.
Okay. Like I said, I'm very passionate about fertility. I'm a nurse midwife from Nigeria, and here in the UK, I'm also a nurse.
Yeah.
With a fertility nurse experience, and she is a midwife with midwifery experience. Nurse midwife with midwifery experience. So we are really
midwife.
we're really passionate about the process of bringing babies to life.
Yeah.
So there's a project we have coming up. It's called Project Delivher.
Yeah.
Where we're going to be partnering with other initiatives that are women-centered to help mothers deliver babies safely.
Yeah.
The ones trying to conceive that cannot afford
to conceive naturally and need help.
Naturally, they need help. They don't have the funds. They don't have the community. They don't. So yeah, Project Delivher is going to be on top of this, helping these women.
And then even these women that have gotten the opportunity. Like when you read the statistics of maternal mortality
as to Black women,
it's crazy. Like,
oh my god, it's a lot, and it's not just in Africa. It's in the UK. It's in the US.
As long as you're a Black woman, it's like the mortality rate you get pregnant, you are signing. It's like you are putting your pen down on a death contract, and anything can happen, and it shouldn't be, because these things are highly preventable. There's so much that can be done to mitigate these issues. Women at this day and age should not be dying trying to have children. I heard a story very recently that happened to someone that lost his only daughter. She has had one child. She had the second child. She was going for the third, and she lost her life, leaving 3 children behind, and a single father that raised her all by himself. And this is the only daughter that he has. And then most of the time, I don't need to be there to know that why this lady had, died could have been something very preventable, because it usually is. So Project Delivher is that initiative that
safe motherhood,
help deliver, just help people deliver safely. And
whether it be getting them instruments, whether it be all of these things, whatever it is.
The goal is maternal mortality on Black women. We're bringing it down.
Yeah, whatever that stat is coming down.
It's coming down.
So
and we need every single person.
We do. It's
not just.
Oh my God! Did you see the video someone posted about where people give birth? An hospital where people give birth in Nigeria. The condition, the state of the instruments they use there. Anyways,
it taunted me for weeks.
Yeah, because I can even imagine, because you've had a child.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
You've had your baby. Imagine going through that. God forbid.
At the most vulnerable moment in your life, that moment when you're about to have a baby, you feel at your lowest. You literally feel at your lowest. So if at that moment you can't have the right support mentally, physically, psychologically, it's literally a death sentence. Nobody should have to go through that. To bring child into this world, yeah. So watch out for Project Delivher.
Yeah, and the Fold. Thank you very much. So like we said, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Support us. Share our videos,
Let's do this
please.
love thing. Do you know how to do
I'll try.
it? Okay.
Share our
Thank you.
videos, guys.
Bye.
Tell people about the food. Join the community.
We love you. You can feel so much love between us, and then we hope it radiates onto you. Don't
But
say
she loves me more than I love her.
I don't know
Anyway.
what this
She's
woman is,
obsessed.
but yeah. Bye. Thank you so much.